This episode is sponsored by Wicked Edge. Get your blades Wicked Edge sharp with the Wicked Edge sharpening system.
So we had purchased this Festool, I'd say probably about 3 years ago. I was on the fence for a little while, had a couple DeWalts, not bad mouthing DeWalt by any means, but apples to oranges. I mean, the Kapex is unbelievable. Right out of the box, it was spot on. Everything was square, plumb, you name it. It's been treating us well. I've only had to put one set of brushes in it so far, and that's really it. Doesn't owe us a thing. So right now we got a nice 80 tooth on there. We'll just throw a piece of walnut on there just to put a cut through it. I mean, this thing is smooth as silk. Nice clean cut.
That is beautiful.
It is.
So what do you like about it other than you got a nice cut, obviously? Adjustments, quick adjustments?
Adjustment is very fast and unbelievably smooth, and there's no second guessing. If it tells you it's at 5 degrees, it's at 5 degrees. Just out of habit, you're constantly checking, but I kind of found myself over checking it and not needing to. So, I mean, the beautiful part is it's got the lock here on the back, and it's really just a 2-finger operation. I mean, it's super smooth. There's no slack. You know, you move the knob an 1/8 of an inch, you're making an adjustment. It's as simple as that. You got your angle on the back, let's say 10 degrees, you lock it down, and you're in business. It's beautiful. It's like a piece of art. It's my favorite tool here.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think I'm sold on this. It is a big
awesome.
price tag though.
It is pricey. You get over that real quick once you use it.
1,500?
Yeah, 15, 1600, something right about there.
You can't use a 5/8 arbor blade on this?
No, 5/8 arbor is not it. I mean, you definitely want to just get the Festool blades for it. They're worth the money. I've tried a couple different, aftermarket blades, but I always end up going back just to get the Festool blade for it.
And how much are the blades?
It's about $120.
120.
So, yeah.
And resharpening, no problem?
Resharpening, no problem. I mean, we have a local guy that we deal with who sharpens them up for us. Cuts as if it was new.
Really?
Yeah.
Any other features you want to show me on the saw?
I mean, besides the ease of adjustment, obviously you got 60-degree capability on one side, 50-degree on the other. A lot of saws are maybe 45 and 45 and 45 and 50. So you're really able to get that, whether it's an acute or obtuse angle, it has the capability of doing that. And then the other nice little feature here, if you ever have any question about what the angle is, it's got the built-in protractor. So, and obviously you line up your laser after the fact, and that gives you your angle for if you're doing crown or base molding or anything like that. Lifesaver.
So you definitely suggest that saw, it sounds like.
I wouldn't tell you to buy anything else.
and Festool obviously didn't give that to you?
No, this was not a freebie. This was not paid advertisement. This was hard-earned money that we reinvested in what we do. So,
was there a particular job that made you get this saw?
I actually had to do some crown molding made out of some hand-hewn beam skins, and the beautiful part is it has the throat on the back here. You can see there, actually gives you a little bit extra cutting depth. So this saw is able to do what a 12-inch regular miter saw is able to. The capacity is the same. Even though it's a much smaller blade, right about a 10-inch blade, but with that, it gives you that little extra depth.
I think I'm sold.
So,
there's the compressor.
yes, man, I'm telling you.
All right, man, cool. Well, it's always great to see Anthony and everyone over at the Real Antique Wood Mill. And I thought it was good to get a review from somebody who has some real experience with the saw. It is a beautiful saw. I got to make a few cuts with it. And I would like to add it to my collection, but it is a little bit pricey, so I'll probably have to put that on hold for a little while. On Saturday, I'll be posting the 3rd episode of the Mendham Barn series, so I hope that you'll tune in for that, and I'll see you then.